Everyone wants to be Batman until it's time to outsmart the Legion of Doom. See, Batman's real superpower isn't gadgets or money, it's preparation. With enough time to plan, Batman can defeat anyone. And that same superpower, you can use it too. I'm Terrell Higgins. I was a submarine officer in the Navy, and I currently work at a commercial nuclear power plant. And in both of those careers, the margin for error is razor thin. The job needs to be done right the first time. No do-overs, no excuses. But here's the catch. I started using that same flawless execution system in my personal finances, my investments, and my businesses. And it completely changed the game. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to perform like a pro when failure is not an option. Let's get into it. The fear of failure keeps most people stuck. And that fear makes a lot of sense. Failure costs money, time, and confidence. But in the world that I operate in, failure isn't just costly. It could get someone killed or shut down an $18 billion reactor. So how do we operate flawlessly even if it's your first time? It's simple. We use a system. Step one is finding a procedure. In nuclear power, there's a procedure for literally everything. I'm not exaggerating. There's a procedure for everything. There's a procedure for starting a pump. There's a procedure for walking through a door. And guess what? In life and in business, procedures already exist too. You want to land your first investment property? There's a procedure that already exists for that. You're trying to start a car rental business? There's a process on how to get that going. You're learning options trading? There's a checklist that already exists. The real superpower is knowing where to look. YouTube, Reddit, AI, books, podcasts. The information is already out there. So there's no reason to operate on vibes. Go find the existing process and use it. Step two is to preview the task ahead of time. So in a critical operation on a sub or in a reactor, we look at every step ahead of time. We figure out exactly who we need, what equipment we need, what are the critical actions that we cannot afford to miss. What is my backup plan if something breaks? And after every step, what is my expected response? And how can I verify that it actually happened? And this is where 90% of people fail. They jump right into action without previewing that task, either mentally or physically, before it happens. When I was buying my second investment property, I stepped through the entire process ahead of time. All the calls with the lender, the walkthrough logistics, contractor estimates, establishing those emergency reserve funds. By doing this, I was able to catch 2 issues that saved me thousands of dollars. Step 3 is to borrow from someone else's wisdom. You are not the first person to attempt this thing. One of my favorite tricks is to Google 10 things that I wish I knew before I did X. And it will always send you to a Reddit forum or a blog post or stories from someone who failed at the thing that you're trying to do and figured out how to fix it. Use their pain as your preparation. And this is what nuclear and military teams do. They don't just study the success stories, they study the failures. Those postmortems of events that have gone awry from decades ago, they take all those lessons and they incorporate them into their own plans. Step 4 is to brief the team, even if it's just you. Before you go execute, you want to brief the full team so everyone knows what they're doing Everyone knows what the risks are. Everyone knows who has the authority to stop the task. And any distractions or divided priorities have been eliminated or mitigated before you go execute. If I'm launching a YouTube video or closing a real estate deal, I already know what all my actions are going to be if things start going sideways. I know who I'm going to call, what actions I'm going to take, so I can just execute. And when it's go time, you don't want to be hype. You want to be calm. We would always say that slow is fast, because calm comes from confidence, and confidence comes from preparation. You're not trying your best, you're performing what you've already rehearsed. And this is how top performing crews operate. This is how I can close real estate deals or do high conviction investments without even flinching. This system isn't about being perfect. It's about preparing like your success depends on it, because it absolutely does. And if you start applying this framework, finding the process, previewing the tasks, learning from others' mistakes, and briefing up your team, you can operate with confidence in any situation. And if this video has helped you, like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I give no nonsense tips like these every single week. And if you're curious about a time where all these principles got put to the test, I actually did an entire video on when my real estate portfolio was going sideways. There were hurricanes, raccoons, and angry neighbors. It was chaos, but it was controlled chaos. Keep getting 1% better every day, and I'll catch you in the next video.